Today I'm down here in Schwenksville, Pennsylvania in Montgomery County, and I am down here attending an event that is put on by two organizations, Pennypacker Mills and the Perkiomen Railroad Historical Society. They are both having events here today, sort of like a community day open house. Pennypacker Mills recently have put on a lot of displays inside their building there with artifacts from the Perkiomen Railroad, and today is one of the open houses for it and everything. So there's supposed to be lots of things going on here today. This is my first time coming to this event, so don't know what we're going to find here and everything, but it is certainly a good day for it despite the heat wave we're currently having and everything. So let's get started walking around the grounds here and see what they have to offer. So stop by the visitors booth down there at the parking lot where I parked and everything, and they gave me a map of the place here where all the displays are and everything, and gave me some inside information about the mansion with the displays in there. So this is just a nice grounds here. I'm not sure of the history of Pennypacker Mills right now, but if I find any information, it'll be at the bottom of the screen or a link to the information website will be down in the description field. But at least it's got some shade here today, providing some cover from the heat. All right, so we got a little more or less steam locomotive here, but it's actually on a body of a vehicle with some sound effects. And it's actually registered too, so it can actually be driven on the street.
You're a noisy one. All right, you ready? Go ahead, buddy. Bring in the sound.
And I just noticed something here, standing here looking at it. That was made in Boyertown. A.W. Mercer, I know exactly where they were at.
I wish I could take credit for it.
1976. All right, so we're going to climb up inside here and give you a look at the cab and see what's all in here. So this thing is inspected and can be driven on the street. It is on a Ford chassis. Looks like a regular dash right there. This thing definitely will turn some heads if you see it coming down the street. All right, so what he was telling me with this piece of equipment here, the sound that you're hearing is actually an encoder from a HO model train that's hooked up to a big amplifier, and the wheels have magnets on, so when this thing is moving, you can also get the chug 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 like the steam engine actually chugging down the tracks. The other neat thing he was telling me is inside there you probably saw those big CO2 fire extinguisher tanks in there. What those are for, when they're full and they're driving it down the street, they'll pull the lever on that and the steam will shoot out through ports underneath here to give it the steam effect like they're doing a blowout and everything. So that's pretty cool.
Pennypacker. Samuel was Pennsylvania's governor in 1907. He created our health department, our department of highways. He signed the first child labor laws, and he created the state police, which was the first one in the country. State capitol was constructed in Harrisburg at that time as well.
Okay.
Well, this was his home from 1900 to 1916. 90% of everything you see in the house belonged to him or his family. He loved to collect antiques, so you see a lot of antiques throughout the house. The carpets that are in the room are from the family as well. And you'll notice wallpaper in most of the rooms. From samples we found in these spaces, we could determine what the papers looked like. The original house dates back to about 1720. It has the 1747 edition. And then the halls and the parlors are all added on by the governor in 1901. In 1901, they're making a very modern home. They have central heating installed in the house. Very convenient for us to be able to install air conditioning as well using those same ductworks. And they remodeled the entire house in 1901, putting in all new floorboards, all new windows, and all new woodworking throughout the old home. Samuel is going to have 4 children, but only 1 grandson. The grandson and his wife have no children. When the grandson's wife passed away in 1980, terms of her will allowed Montgomery County to purchase the property, the house, and the contents, and we've had the museum ever since.
Cool. All right, so there you go. There is the history of the mansion here and everything, and I wouldn't have been able to come up with all that information, so it's always good to ask one of the attendants here for the history. Thank you very much for providing that.
You're welcome. Hi, Carmen.
Here's another shot of one of the rooms that is here. Now obviously we can't walk around inside because everything in here is antiques. And as the gentleman said, 90% of all this stuff is original.
How you doing, Abby? Good.
His daughter.
Oh, okay. You don't go upstairs?
No, that's offices up there.
Okay.
That used to be bedroom.
What are you doing here, just downstairs?
You'll go.
I did that.
So here's a look at one of the bedrooms, most likely the master bedroom of the mansion. All right, so we came up to the second floor of the mansion here, and this is where the display is of all the railroad artifacts from the Perkiomen Railroad Historical Society. So you saw my other videos when I rode my bike the entire length when I did it in sections, and I pointed out some of the areas where the stations were. Well, here you can see all the signs of the stations. They have on there what the fare would cost from Philadelphia up to Oaks. There is a view of the Perkiomen Junction station, which I'm not sure if that's still standing today or not. Perkiomen Junction station still okay, so I'm just told it's still standing yet. There's the Arcola station. So they have a lot of neat artifacts in here. Some old insulators. Work desk, and yes, Percy, they did make cigars over in Percy at one time. Same with Boyertown. Boyertown had a cigar factory back in the day. This is just a fantastic display.
I saw her in here, like, I wanted to ask her something, the next thing I knew, you had a...
People involved in this did a fantastic job getting all these old pictures.
I wanted to ask her a question, when you came back to the picture.
Never knew that Hosensack had a station though.
I know, baby.
Dillinger or Dillinger, however you want to pronounce it. That's where the tunnel is. That is still open today. It's an active railroad running from Emmaus down to Pennsburg, and it does go through a tunnel up there. Fabulous artifacts from when they used to have the Iron Horse Rambles back in the day. All right, so we're leaving the display of the Perkiomen Railroad Historical Society. It's on the second floor, so we can actually walk through some more rooms here and show you some of the beds that are here, which are still original. And it looks like they found some musket balls here too on the grounds. And here is information on this room that's here. You can pause the video and read all that, but that would explain why they found musket balls here. Some great historical artifacts that they have on display here. If you've never been down here, I highly recommend coming down here and taking the tour of this, because this is a very interesting mansion that I never knew existed. Nice picture of our Capitol being built. So I am just about at the end of the tour here, but I came downstairs from where the train exhibit was into the kitchen area, and check out these gorgeous cabinets. These are the original cabinets to the mansion. I just love how that wood is turning out in the light. And a wood stove that is very similar to one that my grandmother used to have when I lived on a farm 40, almost 50 some years ago. But yeah, we didn't have electric stoves back then or anything. You had to fire this thing up in the heat of summer, and this is how she cooked on it. It was pretty much like that until she moved out of the farm in 1977 and moved into a more modern house. So there is an interesting stove, and I have seen one of these before, but this is the laundry room that I'm in right now, and this is the end of the tour for the mansion. But yes, those are all irons that are on there. That is, they heated them up, and that is how they did their ironing back in the day. And then over here, although this isn't the original, this is something very similar, was the wash basin here, complete with the wringer. Can only imagine how warm this room would have been on a day like this, with it being 90 some degrees outside, and you had that stove going in both the kitchen and the laundry room here. You would definitely be sweating in here. All right, so that concludes the tour inside the house. Here is a shot of the mansion from the back part coming out of the laundry room area. And yes, as it was explained in the video, they do have modern stuff there. They added central air to it and everything, but this is just was a unique unique and interesting tour today, and I'm very happy that I came down here and decided to check this out. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. What a fantastic day here at Pennypacker Mills for their open house community days in conjunction with the Perkiomen Valley Railroad Historical Society and everything. So I thoroughly enjoyed myself here today. Thanks to all the staff members that answered my questions and helped me out with the video there. Enjoyed talking to everybody here today. Truly a great day, and if you've never been down here before, get down here and check this out, because this is one of Pennsylvania's history hidden gems, as you could say. Great mansion, great artifacts inside, and the railroad display up on the second floor, just phenomenal. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.